AMD present Adapt and Innovate.
Hello and welcome to CNBC-TV18.com and AMD present Adapt and Innovate, Future-Proof Your Enterprise. I'm your host, Ridhima Bhatnagar. Adopting new technologies and innovations allows enterprises to stay ahead of the competition and adapt to changing market demands and consumer needs. In today's leadership series, we dive deep into cutting-edge technologies transforming how enterprises compete, from AI-powered operations to seamless automation that unleashes human potential. So what do we have lined up for you? Well, in today's episode, we will shine the spotlight on Ishan Technologies, a leading ICT group that has grown into becoming a prominent national enterprise with a strong pan-India presence at over 100 locations. So today, we're delighted to welcome Dr. Keyur Jathal, Director and CMO of Ishan Technologies, who in fact will share insights on the company's digital transformation journey and how strategic technology partnerships with organizations like AMD are enhancing their operational efficiency and market competitiveness. So thank you so much for taking out the time and joining us, and welcome.
Thank you. A very good evening to you, Ridhima, and thanks for the opportunity. What I do is that at Ishan Technologies, I drive the business development function and the marketing aspects of the group. And I work alongside the founders, Pinkesh and Purvi Kotecha, who started the venture in 2000. So this is our 25th year of existence.
How lovely.
Yeah. And at Ishan Technologies, what we delve in is that we provide digital infrastructure platforms, which are the backbone of digital aspirations for our customers. So yes, that's a pretty exciting space to be in.
So when we speak about digital transformation and digital infrastructure, right?
Yeah.
So talk to us a little about the role of, changing digital infrastructure and more importantly, the digital transformation and how Ishan Technologies in particular has managed to stay ahead of the curve as well.
That is a pretty interesting question. I'm glad that you asked. So last 3 to 4 years have been pretty interesting because we've gone through transformations, let me use that word.
Sure.
Transformations on 3 aspects. One is, what is it that we should sell in order to be relevant?
Sure.
How should we deliver these offerings to the market? And for that, what is the investment that we should do in terms of people and teams? So if I could delve a bit deeper onto that aspect, 3 years back, because we are in the 3rd decade of our existence, so we are looking at retooling ourselves, realigning ourselves to the market realities. COVID, all of us know, with all the negatives, had got a silver lining. A lot of organizations expedited their digital adoption, which meant that people like us, vendors in the IT ecosystem, had to crash our learning curves during that time. And digital first as a theme emerged.
Yeah.
What do we mean by digital first? People from the IT fraternity would know about what is it that I'm talking about. But in layman terms, we have to be where our customers are.
Sure.
Right? You and me, we are mostly online. So
we live our lives online.
Exactly. So if I'm not online today, I'm not in front of my customer, and that is where I lose out. Which is where that was a trigger for digital first organizations. Now, for the CIO office, which happens to be our target segment, adopting the digital first approach meant that they have to talk to a lot of service providers. To start with, they have to talk to the bandwidth provider, then their systems integration company, then they would need to engage with cloud firms. And after having done all these things, they would need to ensure the cybersecurity aspect as well.
Absolutely.
Which meant that the CIO office did not have a very enviable KRA KPI. They had to orchestrate service level agreements across these 4 to 5 entities. In fact, there are more than that because product entities and service provider entities. So all in all, more than 10, 12 entities.
Sure.
Now, which is where we asked ourselves a question that can we step in here and can we make that role a bit simpler by providing multiple offerings focused obviously on the digital infrastructure and have a consolidated service level contract for the CIO, which is where we went back to the drawing board. We said that, okay, we have got these 2 primary companies, two focused areas of business. One is where we are ISP, where we are Class A ISP, which is where we've got customers pan-India
Sure.
who are being serviced through the 100 offices that you just mentioned during the introduction. And the second line of business was the systems integration part, wherein we were into data networks and data center solutions.
Wonderful. Every time we speak about a company's vision going forward, it's never one organization that can do it solely alone. It's also the partners that join you on that journey,
True.
right? And of course, AMD becomes that one big partner for you. So I want to first just understand, how has that partnership and journey been? And more specifically, how has this partnership with AMD helped Ishan Technologies as far as its own growth chapter is concerned?
Great. So, see, we are a service provider.
True.
Correct. So for any service provider, it is important to tie up with product companies. So Ishan plays a role at the edge of the IT infrastructure.
Okay.
And then we talk about cloud, which is where this critical partnership with AMD comes in.
Yeah.
Because the tier 3 data center that we have created using our in-house skill sets, and it is at the prime location of Andheri East in Mumbai. The core of that data center is AMD.
Yeah.
Correct? Because for any data center provider, the CPU technology and the ecosystem around it is the crux.
True.
Because that is what is the driving factor behind success or the lack of it.
Lovely. I quickly also want to understand, every time we speak about evolution of technology, without mentioning the word AI. So
True.
I want to understand, what do you think about the role of AI as far as cloud adoption is concerned? And what do you see the role of it? Do you see a lot of changes going forward as well?
Oh, yes. So the way in which I like to put it is that AI will be the trigger for all of us to adopt cloud.
Okay.
At even a higher degree than we are doing it right now. So yes, AI is here to stay, and 6 months down the line or 1 year down the line, we would not be able to stay without AI.
Sure.
Even for our routine activities.
Well, I agree with that. AI is here to stay. Dr. Keyur, this has been such a pleasure chatting with you. Thank you so much for this very sharp and insightful but rather candid conversation as well. Well, that's it on CNBC-TV18.com and AMD present Adapt and Innovate, Future-Proof Your Enterprises. A big thank you to our viewers for tuning in. Till next time, this is your host, 𝐟𝐻𝐿𝐼 signing off.